That's nice. Is that Buzz Lightyear?
No, it's not Buzz Lightyear.
It looks like Buzz Lightyear.
Does it?
Don't you think? And that feels nice.
It looks like you, mate.
Does it?
Hi, I'm Helen Richards.
Oh, hi.
Right, you finished?
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Colleagues Getting Coffee in the Van. And here I am today with the Wellbeing Queen, Helen Richards.
Hello. Nice to see you.
To see you nice.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm all good, thank you. Getting busier.
Yay!
Yay! Woo! Massage is back.
So what are we going to talk about today?
Wellbeing at work. I think that's a good place to start.
Well-being at work. Why is well-being important to you?
To me personally, I was in the police, as most of the audience will probably know. I served for 11 years as a PCSO, and in that time I saw so many colleagues and friends with mental health conditions, really struggling at work and not having the support. And that was when I decided I needed to do something about it. And that's where it all comes from.
I love that. Do you know, I like it because it's a story about, I saw an issue and I thought, I can sort this out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to cure the world, but
you can try.
I can try, but I can do my own little bit. And I found that I had a talent in massage, and I found that that was a great way to de-stress people, and it really had an impact on people, and they missed it when I was on leave. And because that's how I started off just in jest, giving colleagues a little back rub in the beat office in Waterlooville. And they were all stressed with tons of work and bad backs from carrying the weight of their stab vests. And so I just started off doing that, realised I was quite good at it, and it was having a positive impact, and so I trained up, and that is literally how my business started.
I love it. So why should employers care about well-being?
Because it affects, they should care, because they should care about their employees. And even if there isn't that, the amount of time that people are off sick with stress related illnesses and other illnesses, back problems, is absolutely massive. And if they care about their employees and they care about their business, then they'll want to invest something in employee well-being. And as human beings, we're not designed to be sat at a desk in the way that we are, and we're not designed to go about life in the way that we are, with emails, texts, so many different things going on in our lives, and we've not evolved, we've not caught up as human beings to deal with that. So they need to, if they expect us to be working in that way, they need to put things in place so that we can cope effectively.
And so much of the wellbeing discussion is about pausing, meditating, finding moments of peace. Because you're right, we're not, I think Tim shared a social media post, and it was the human, this is all these years of evolution to then sit in front of a computer screen. It's just totally unhealthy.
Exactly, yeah, and that's only in the past, 50 years at most, and it's just, we just haven't. And I personally find it too much, and I know lots and lots of people, whatever profession they're in, there's always a certain amount of admin and sitting in front of a computer, and it's just not healthy, is it? And it's not healthy to be sitting in bed getting messages, and we don't allow ourselves that time to switch off. And I think employers, even if they think, they can go home and meditate, they can go home and have a massage, people don't have the time. People have got commitments, they've got children, they've got family, they've got issues going on at home. So when they get home, if it's not tidying up,
it's like a whole other job.
It is a whole other job. It's that they don't really get the time to even accomplish to the full extent. So when they get home, they're not going to be wanting to book a massage.
So what do you have in terms of an example, can you think of someone who had maybe a 10-minute massage, and they said to you, oh my God, my day was so much more productive, I nailed that meeting?
Yeah, absolutely, every time, and I that's daily for me when I'm out massaging, and it's and that's why I'm just so passionate about it, and I love doing it, and I love seeing people's reactions. You know, it's, you know, I guess most business owners, to an extent, you know, they like to see it, you know, tallying up, you know, how many bookings they've got for the income and the cash flow. But for me, it's, I know it sounds really cheesy, but how much happiness that I can create, because even like in a 5-10 minute massage, it's just such a nice thing to receive and to give. And yeah, and I think, you know, for the companies that I go into monthly, and you know, I see the same people and the difference it's made to their lives and how they feel valued and appreciated, and their backs are looser, and they feel much more at ease. And I think that having that to look forward to each month is just, you know, it's lovely to be able to give that service. And I think it's also, you know, it's very well people saying, oh, you know, have a 10-minute computer break, but do people actually, you know, they'll sit and go on their phone, but actually by having a massage for 10-15 minutes, you know, they can't go on their phones and do anything else. It's just that time where they have to, it's almost like a forced break. But I mean, what a nice forced break it is. I'd love someone to say to me, stop for 10-15 minutes and I'm just going to rub you. It doesn't happen to me that often, but...
Well, because who would want to massage you if you're a pro massager? I'll be like, oh God, I'm definitely going to cop this up.
Oh no, yeah, no, I don't know, I'll take it.
I think as well, arguably, the workforce is going to change, I think, particularly after the pandemic. Like, people are going to look for employers that care about this stuff.
Yeah.
And they don't just tick box, they actually
do it.
Invest in care. So, yeah, I think maybe this is going to be a big growth area after the
yeah,
pandemic, especially.
And I think it was before, you know, when I first started doing this, looking into it 4 years ago, and I had there was a lot of people that were really dubious about workplace massage, you know, you're going to be touching people, and they just didn't get it at all. And over time it increased, obviously prior to COVID, but it was just, you know, it's growing every month. And I think it will just, especially after the past year and what people have had to deal with financially, you know, with grief and all sorts of problems being on their own, I think people are going to need that well-being, especially to transition back into work, because it's going to be such a huge thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So right now, someone watching, what would you say top 3 techniques or tips for something they could do immediately and feel calmer, happier?
So you can do some self-massage. So if you've got a headache, for example, by just using your fingers and your hands, so you can place them onto your head, and then just
I'm doing it.
Rotate your fingers just slightly before moving your fingers back, and you can apply as much pressure as feels comfortable for you. And then do the same, go to the back of the head and as far down the neck as you can reach, and then just do that for a few seconds before releasing.
Feels really nice.
It does. Oh, it's lovely.
Already.
I know, but it's just the vibes.
All like, blah, blah.
Yeah, and then another good thing is staying on there, and the head and the face region is your temples, which are the 2 small hollows above your eyes. So if you find them with your thumbs and place your thumbs into them, and then with your fingers on your forehead, you just rub back and forth, applying a little bit of pressure. That's really nice as well.
I suppose people just don't really touch themselves like this. They would never think to...
No, but I mean, I do all the time, because it's, you know, I know how the benefits of it. You know, even when I'm in the shower, put your conditioner on, and that's even better, because your hands just slip through your hair, if you've got any.
Yeah.
Some people that don't have hair, but you know, whatever, it just feels so good with that, you know, conditioner on. You can use some cream if you're not in the shower, if you don't mind having greasy locks. And another really good one is with your hand, and I always tell people this, especially with kids, because it's such an easy technique to use, but next to your thumb on the palm of your hand, if you just rub with your other thumb in small circular motion there, and you can cover the whole of your palm. But that, I'm not a reflexologist, but I believe in reflexology that's linked to the adrenal gland, but which is something that was taught to me. But But in massage, it just feels really nice anyway.
Well, this is the thing I'm doing. I'm not like a masseuse, and I'm like, I can
You
do
know,
it.
yeah,
It's simple.
get some hand cream and it's even nicer. And so that's something you can do anywhere if you're feeling stressed.
I think it just like brings you into the moment, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it really, really does. I mean, you can do that for the. There's so many different techniques that you can do, but just, I think, yeah, by just manipulating your own body, you can do that, and you only need your hands. You know, it's just great. And another quick technique on your shoulders, which is an area that lots of my clients struggle with, if by using your fingers and your thumbs, if you just get your trapezius muscle, which is the muscle that runs from your neck down your shoulders, if you just gently squeeze that between your fingers and your thumb, that's really nice.
Tight for me.
Yeah, mine's really tight.
Ooh.
And then just do it on the other side. But that's another great one as well. There's hundreds of different things that I could show you, but
Well, darling, I love it. I feel relaxed and calm already.
it's the vibe, isn't it?
I love it. In the van, having
Yeah.
a self-massage.
I know.
Boom.
Great.
Okay, amazing. Well, thanks so much. Any last one sentence takeaway about well-being that you'd like to instill on the viewers before we go?
If you're an employer, then please do look at some physical and mental well-being strategies for your company, whatever it is, and not just as a tick box exercise, social media once a year. Do it, you know, it needs to be consistent, and, you know, because you genuinely care. And if you're an employee, then tell your boss to get some workplace massage, and if not, get some massage in your spare time. And if you haven't got time, then you need to make time, because it's so important to look after yourselves.
If you haven't got time, then make time.
Exactly.
I love it. Thank you for joining me in the van.
Thank you so much for having me.
And I'm going to crack on with some more massage now.
Okay.
Yay! Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.